Renee here. I am coming to you today to show you an old technique, but a new one for many people who are just getting into paper arts and paper crafting. This is basically paper folding to make a mini album. And this is a really old one I did from long ago. But anyways, what it is it's one sheet of paper. I'll show you in the back. And this was actually a paper line that made their own, but they're very easy to make, and I will show you how we can make one with just a folding technique. So I can show you this one, and this was from back in the 90s, but I have a little bit of journaling, but not much, and we can just put our own little take on the decor and the ephemera on here, or add our own little rub-ons or whatever we might want to do. But it's a neat little keepsake. You can fold up, you can put it in a tin, you can put it in a box, decorate it, and give it to somebody as a gift, or keep it for yourself. It's a nice little keepsake. So I am going to show you how you can make one of these. Ours is going to be slightly different because of sizes. So I am going to use a line I have used before, but I have a lot of it, and it's very, very pretty. I'll show you. We're going to use the Cocoa Vanilla Daydream line again. I've done layouts prior to this before, but we're going to show you some different ways we can make a little book using these. So these are some of the papers I did pull, and we may or may not use all of these, but we won't be using every single page because our book would be way too big. But I am going to incorporate a few of these into it, because really all you'd need is one sheet, but I thought we'd add some color into ours. And plus we are going to adorn it as well. So the first thing you need to do, as far as your supplies go, you really only need 3 supplies. If you have like a Score Buddy or an EK Tools or a Score Pal, this would be awesome to use this. Your paper trimmer, and your adhesive. So really that's all you'd really need. First thing we are going to do is we are going to trim our papers. And I am going to start, I think, with this one. So we're going to cut off our border to start off with. So cut off your bottom border. You could also do this with cardstock. You don't have to use pattern paper. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to cut our width on this at 2.75, so 2 3/4. And that's what all of them will be. So you just find your 2 3/4 on your trimmer. Everybody's got a different trimmer, so just find where that would be on yours. It's about there. So 2 3/4 is a great one if you want to use 4 different sides. If you want to just do 3, I will show you that. So then we're going to do it at 2.5. Or sorry, no, at 3. So do it at 3. So that's also another one. So this is at 3. If you want to do a little bit bigger, it depends on how many pages you want to use. You could do it at 4. So let's go to 4. And this is at 4. Okay, so we can go at 4. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to cut out the rest of your sheets, and we will do that, but I want to show you how we would score it. So you get out your Score Buddy, and the first thing we're going to do is you have to figure out which end you want it to be at. Regardless on this one, it depends on if you want these raindrops to go up or down. If you want them as actual raindrops, you want it to go that way. You're going to want to score it on this end, because this is going to be the end that folds. And our fold is going to be at 1/2 inch. So our sheet right now is just shy of the 12. I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch point. Okay, and now we are going to score it here. So here you're going to score it at 2.75 on all the way down. So we'll score it at 2.75. Or if you want to have less, you can have less. So you could also score it at 3 or whatever, but you want to make sure that they're all equal. So I'm going to do mine at 2.75. And this would be great when doing this size. If you want to actually put in little pictures, you could do it that way as well. Okay, so there it is. So now we're going to fold. Turn this around and score it at a 1/2 inch again, because I forgot we were supposed to cut off 1/2 inch at the beginning. So there's that. So there it is. So you do this for the next 4, or as many as you want to have in your book. So I will show you what to do after you cut those all up. Cut off that 1/2 inch, and now we're going to cut our paper at the 4. And now we score it. And now we are going to do this, but we are not going to, when you're using your last one, you're not going to score the last part. So you do there 2.75, so 2 3/4. And then your next one, which is 5.5. And then your 8.25. And then it should be 10.75. So that would be here. And I'm going to score it because that's going to be our cutoff mark. And then we're just going to trim where that is right there. So we're going to trim that off. And then we're just going to, again, we're going to fold it up. And there you go. So now to assemble it. So we are going to, this is our main page, or you can have whichever one. I'm going to use this for my main page. You put your adhesive, and then you put this over the foldy part. There you go. So see, there's that. So now we're going to go in there and put this one, same thing, over the foldy part. So we have our flip book. And there's the flip book. And now to adorn it. So these are all the things I have that we can use to adorn our little book. And there's lots of different options. Without having my pictures on there yet, I am going to probably print little pictures with my Epson Photomate printer with borders. So I do not have to put a mat on here. So I'm going to just put some of these little pretties on here with anticipating my pictures down the road. So first things I'm going to do is, are we going to have some kind of a title? So I'm going to open this up. You could cut this a little smaller and put that on there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here with the title. So I've finished my little album, and I wanted to show you my final creation. So here we go. I'm going to pull it out, and I've adorned it all and put little pictures in. I'm going to go little by little so you can see everything. I'm going to flip it, and I put pictures also on the back. I printed all of these with my Epson Photomate 400, an amazing printer. And a great program for this is Photo Collage. So I use that. Each of these was done in a 4. So there's 4 pictures to a sheet, and then I just printed it. So it works great. You can have it bordered or borderless. So that is my little creation. What I also did with this, I'll show you here, is I made little titles, and all I did was use my computer printer. I typed in everything and printed it with my computer. Everything else are these awesome die cuts and pieces of ephemera and sticker letters from Cocoa Vanilla that goes with the line. So this is my little album. And some of my favorite things, I don't know what some of yours are, but it'd be great to showcase that for people that might want to actually know, or maybe these things will change in time. I recommend doing something like this. You could even do your own little theme, something different, or give this as a gift for somebody to put theirs in. What you could do as well is put a stamp of a date on here, and I probably will, of when you created it, so you know when your favorite things were created. Some of mine are Disneyland, walking in the country, Mexican food, all 4 of my cats, my kids, kayaking, iced caramel macchiatos with coconut milk, crafting, diners, my husband, Ukrainian food. And then when we flip it, vintage stuff. I love everything 50s to 70s. Bow Lake. Music, almost all genres. Pastry, especially from a certain place here in town. Swimming. I love all kinds of swimming. Going back home to see my family. My sister. Moraine Lake here in the mountains. Lobster rolls. Traveling and road trips. The Maritimes. And trying new restaurants. So these are my favorite things. Another thing you could do as well is you could put this in a little tie and kind of secure it in the front and have it so it doesn't open. This is how it will sit, but mine's pretty full and pretty thick. You could also put it in a tin or some kind of a tray, and you could adorn that as well. So this is a really cool little keepsake. It's a lot of fun. It's really neat and very easy to do. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and like this video. And don't forget to check out my Facebook and Instagram and my blog. Thanks for watching and happy crafting.